Hey guys, it's DDD. Welcome back to the channel and the podcast. This is going to be part 2 of episode 8, where I'm discussing the issues that I had with old neighbors of mine. And again, how this circles back to, why I tend to have issues with my own community as far as like getting along and things of that nature, like all those dynamics. So I left off talking about my upstairs neighbor, and the first time he had kind of like really crashed out and showed me that not only was he mentally off, but like he was just a very disturbed person, period. Like he had no problem with disturbing me, disturbing my company. It's like to even act out like that is embarrassing. It's like you're not even concerned about embarrassing yourself. So, that let me know right then and there, like, okay, something's off and wrong with this dude. So, that happened. I was upset at first. Like, I was just, it threw me off. Like, I didn't know whether I wanted to call the police or whether I wanted to go up there and confront him. Like, it was given like, I was just so confused. And my older sister, like I said, who was with me at the time, she was close to calling the police, but she ended up not. He calmed down and we kind of went on about our night. But I don't even remember what else happened or whatever the fucking case. All I know is I ended up addressing him the next time that I saw him, which was not too long after that. Now, this is where we're going to get into the tea for real and the good part, because this is going to be a very, and to me anyway, like relevant part of the story, because this is where I want to expose him, right, for being the clown that I always knew he was. So it was very obvious to me that night, even though his mom was yelling or she got involved, it was obvious and clear to me, and obviously to my sister too, that energy was directed towards me and us. You get what I'm saying? It was very obvious. So even though he wasn't saying anything directly to us, it's given like you're making noise directly over our head. You're yelling and you're saying that, you don't give a fuck about the noise that you're making and call the cops. Your mom is in the living room saying, all right, like as if she's pleading with you to calm down. She's not saying, don't call the cops. Like, it's not like she's responding directly to the things you're saying. You're just going off in the room, popping shit. And she's just trying to calm you down like you're a mental health patient. So the next time I seen him, right, he was coming from one of our local corner stores, like literally right around our apartment area. He's coming from the corner store. I'm walking. I don't know if I was going to the corner store at the time to work or what was going on, but I was going somewhere and he was coming from. I think I was going to the store at the time. So we spoke because at that time we were kind of on cordial terms. But I'm pretty sure it was a situation where he probably tried to speak like shit was just normal. And I took that opportunity to be like, let me holler at you for a second. So I was like, I said, I don't know what was going on with you the other night. You know what I'm saying? But like you was yelling and you was making a lot of noise and stuff like that. And I was wondering like what basically like what was going on with that. Now, I'm not going to sit here. I'm not no fake bitch. I'm not going to sit here and try to make it seem like I came at him super aggressive or extra. I did not. I was very polite and very regular, which I felt like was okay for me to be. You understand what I'm saying? I'm coming to you as a mature adult. I'm coming to you as a mature man, as a stable man, something that, you clearly are the opposite of. So it's like, I'm going to come to you as an adult, right? Cool, calm, collected. And I'm going to basically ask you like, what was going on that night? Like I said, I'm not making it seem like I said it all extra super tough or aggressive, but I did question him and I did ask him what was going on that night. Like, was there a problem? So he went into, oh no, that was something between me and my mom. But that didn't have nothing to do with anybody in the building. Those were his exact words. Issue between my mother and I had nothing to do with anybody in the building. Exactly what he said. So I said, oh, okay. I said, because, I mind my business. I don't really get myself like, if you arguing with your mom or, like that's between y'all. You know what I'm saying? But, I just wanted to make sure, like, basically, like, yeah, it wasn't no, like, smoke with us. Because, like, what's the problem? So, that was that. And mind you, the time that we had that conversation, he was musty. Like, he stunk. He smelled like fart. Like, that's what the fuck I smelled, what I remember smelling at the time. So, we move on from that. But then I'm noticing, like, okay, after that, not too long after that, I'm noticing weird shit in between. Like, I don't know if this was right around that time, but I just felt like I always got weird vibes from him. Like, even when I first met him, right? He was coming into the building, and I think I had let him in. I think I had let them in. Like, I think I had noticed he was walking up with one other guy, and he walked in, and I noticed, like, I already knew at that point, like, he was new, but I knew at that point that he was the new neighbor. Like, I knew he was the head of the household. So I'm like, I'm trying to let them in. I'm trying to be nice and speak. Like, hi, how y'all doing, whatever the case may be. So he, the nigga Robert, he comes in the building and doesn't speak, doesn't say shit. He looks at me and everything, though, and it just gave the energy of like it was just giving like shady energy from the rip. Like, I'm clearly speaking to both of y'all. I'm like, how y'all doing? You don't say shit, but the nigga behind you speaks. And it's not even his place. Like, that was so strange. So I knew then, I'm like, oh, okay, you're weird. Like, and it's just so funny to me how God shows me things or just how things happen, because I can always tell when a bitch is weird. And that was my first impression of him. So, that happened. Then, like I said, I'm noticing there's times where we see each other, sometimes we speak, but then there's other times I'm noticing like he don't speak, and I'm like, okay, like, this is weird. I thought you and I were on speaking terms, or we were cordial, cool, but, clearly you ain't beat to speak to a bitch all the time. All right. Like, it was just a lot of weird shit I noticed about him. So then one random day, like, mind you, this is now after the discussion I had with him, where I basically kind of addressed him and let him know, like, hey, like, you was doing a lot up there, and basically, like, as you can clearly see, I'm not above addressing it. So, you wanted to just speak and act like everything was cool, kumbaya. No, bitch, you're not going to play with me. I feel like that's also a test. Like, the first time you see me after you did all that disturbing shit, you want to just speak. What you want to see if I'm pussy? You want to see if I'm not going to say nothing about all the bullshit you was doing? So, no, let's get into it. So, I remember this is in 2019, right? December of 2019. So this is how I know it was right after. So he eventually, when he sees me the next time after that, I'm walking home from work. That I do remember. I was walking home from work at the time, coming home, and he was walking out of the parking lot. So I'm seeing him walk out that way as I'm coming in that way. And he literally sees me and turns to me and then walks up to me. And at first, I'm not going to lie, my defenses was a little up, because even though he was like walking towards me and he was smiling, like it was kind of giving like a friendly demeanor, I never trusted him. So I was thinking to myself, like, hold on, like, why is you walking towards me? Like, is this getting ready to be a problem? Because it's like, you are, like, I understand we're trying to coexist, but it's like, I don't fuck with you like that, for real. So, like, I think you're weird. So he walked up to me and tried to speak to me and was basically on some shit like, he basically invited me to his home because he was saying that him and some of his friends were going to have like a get together for the new year or whatever the case may be. And he was just inviting me. Like, he was like, you and your peoples can come. And that's the thing. It's like, you talking about me and my peoples. like, you all worried about what's going on down here, but okay, yeah, like, I was cool with my older sister and cousin at the time and whatever. Yeah. So I guess he felt like based on that, he knew that I had people around me at the time and he was inviting us. So I accepted the invitation because I looked at it like, okay, maybe this is a chance for us to like truly break the ice, get to know each other a little bit, feel each other's vibe out. You understand what I'm saying? And then this is also giving me an opportunity to, I guess, be around you, but also in a protected or controlled environment because, yeah, you're having the little house party in your home, but you not only invited me, you invited me and friends of mine. And I'm glad that you invited more than just me because I would have never came if you only invited me. What the fuck do I look like going up to your house alone, a neighbor who I already kind of had an issue with, had to address, and who I don't trust and think is trouble mentally? Like, are you serious? I probably shouldn't have went at all to send a message, but I don't regret going. I just knew that I wasn't going to go if none of my peoples agreed to go. So while it wasn't my older sister who agreed to come, she was going to come at first, but something else got in the way of that. But it ended up being my cousin who went with me that time. So, he invited me, and I even noticed then when we were having a conversation, like, he was acting weird. Like, it was like he was nervous to talk to me, like, you stuttering and shit, and I felt like I had to kind of help him get it out, like, what he was trying to say. I'm like, nigga, like, you're, like, annoying me, like, acting like you're trying to talk, but you don't know what to say. Like, I'm just standing here. It's like, nigga, I'm ready to go in the house. Like, what's good? So, that was that. I thanked him for giving me the invitation. Mind you, I think I posted about it on Facebook and everything. And see, I know some people be thinking to themselves, like, I probably be doing the most on Facebook. Like, I post too much and I don't have to let people know everything. But I'm glad that I document a lot of things that I document, whether it's my personal feelings, my perspective on something, or even just certain moments like that. Now, I had posted about that just because I felt like it was really nice. Like, it made me feel good. Like, I'm like, okay, I might have thought the nigga was a little weird, but, I see he's trying to be nice now. Like, that was definitely something I did not expect. So I'm like, okay, like, for this nigga to invite me to his house, like, that's kind of a big deal. You know that everybody don't even play those house games as far as, like, just inviting people over, and everybody ain't with all that. So I just took that as a super friendly invitation, and I, felt good about it. So I just posted about it on Facebook, like, okay, I had my neighbor, invite me over for a little get together. Like, that's what's up. Like, you know what I'm saying? I felt, like I said, good about it. So New Year's comes. Funny enough, I felt like even though he was still planning to get together or whatever, it was like when I first came up there, the energy was a little weird when I knocked on his door because he answered and it almost felt like he didn't understand why I was at his door, or like he forgot he invited us. Like, I was confused. So, but he let us in. It was cool, but it was just like, I just felt like the way he answered the door at first was a little weird or standoffish, like he almost forgot he invited us. So, mind you, we brought a bottle. We didn't come empty-handed. And the funny part is we actually had a good time. Like, me, my cousin, him, his peoples that he had over. I felt like we were all vibing and we all had a good time. Like, we was listening to music, eating food, just vibing, like smoking. Like I said, we had the liquor. So it was just like a cute little house party where we was enjoying each other's company for the most part and having a good time. And we were even going to head to the casinos once midnight hit and stuff like that. But my cousin decided, she was ready to take it down at that point, go home, chill. And so I just left with her because, obviously, like, why the fuck am I going to go off to continue to hang with people that I don't know like that? So now this is the second part, right? Where basically I gave you all the tea of how he invited me to his house and I went and we had the little house party, And I'm going to get more into it in part 3 because now I guess there needs to be a part 3, child. This is going to be the last part, though. Thank y'all.